Hey guys, welcome to Fantastic Frontier, starting off new episode 4. Once again, I do want to thank you guys for showing all the love and support with likes and subscribers. We are close to 500, and reaching that would mean a lot. So once again, thanks. And as you can see, we're starting off on the road, which is where we left off, and there are a lot of bad monsters that can spawn here, including the boomer that I just killed. If you get too close, they will explode, and if you're too close when you kill it, it'll explode and you'll die. So you definitely want to be careful. But basically, we're just showing a little bit of the highlights on the road here, which this is like, I think technically the halfway point, where you just kind of fly across the big open area. And if you already had a hidden key, this is technically the spot you would be able to skip to. So it definitely saves you like 5-10 minutes, probably like 10 minutes of your time on the road. So definitely worth getting that hidden key. And as you can see, I just jump up on the right side there to get up here. And in case some of you didn't know or skipped, like just ran past this, there's some coins there. But basically, like I said earlier, there are a lot of bad monsters that spawn on the road, including this guy. And if you don't want to fight him or run past him with him trying to kill you, you can just pull him off to one side, and then he won't be able to walk back on the road. So you can just go back on the other side and freely walk by him without him being able to hurt you. So that's pretty cool. And at this part, you need to be careful because spikers and boomers can spawn on the other side of this rubble. So I would definitely recommend doing what I do to check first. And at this part, it is very common to run into the Democan, or I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce his name, but this guy, very common to find him. But he's actually not that scary. He has 3 attacks technically, which that's one of them. Another one is where he spins and puts fire around him. And then he has this attack, which he's about to do. And as long as you're on the ground and you're not in the air, it won't hurt you at all. So there's really nothing to be too scared of. If you know what he's doing, it's pretty impossible to even get hurt. So I figured I would see how close I could get to killing him. And I will tell you guys, it was taking a very long time to hurt him. I overestimated how much damage I would be doing. And right here, the purple ghosts came, and that guy actually sneak attacked me because usually they have a little wind-up animation. Like right there, you'll see him like tilt his head back kinda and then dash at you, but he didn't do that at all when he hit me. Definitely caught me off guard. But then I get sneak attacked from behind, and it was a very bad start to this Democan kill. But I did end up getting the purple ghost mask, which was pretty cool because they could be hard to get for some people when they're trying to complete the itempedia. But I do seem to get them quite a bit from this area. I think I've gotten like 3 or 4 with all my accounts combined. But as you can see, we're like not even really halfway with them, and more ghosts come. And I'm trying my best to survive. I was trying to see if I could get a kill on him to get the hidden key, get lucky, but all these monsters kept coming, and I'm a very weak player on this account. It's very painful to watch this. But basically, after a lot of jumping and trying to live, eventually he swoops around and hits me. I tried to Alt F4 super fast to maybe not have the death count, because sometimes that works, but didn't work. So I went back to the Rat Voice Nightmare and just kind of started collecting a bunch of random stuff again because I was kind of sad that I had just wasted like 30 minutes. But I definitely was trying to push the limits of how far I could go, and the road is kind of not where I'm at yet, so I decided to see how long it would take to try to kill the magma boss. When I was getting into this spot, I had found a present, which I almost didn't want to click at first, but I figured I did find it, so I might as well. And I got a nice range hat, which I wore it in my equipment slot just because I like the purple ghost mask better, and the corrupted wizard helm was easy to get, so if I died I would keep it. But anyways, I do find some blue noble seeds, so I plant 4 of those. And somebody in my comments did mention about the Forgotten Lake, on how you get the overgrown dividers a lot and they sell for 50k. And I never really liked fishing that much in this game, but it is a very good money maker, so I decided to show you guys, so you guys could do it if you didn't know about it, or if you just like fishing or don't like doing any of the other stuff for money. This is definitely an option for you guys. And this is how I get there. I do spend 5,000 gold, but it's pretty fast, so it's not a big deal. There are a lot of bad guys that can spawn and try to kill you, but worst case scenario, you just jump and fly off the ledge behind you and they'll all just fall off the ledge, or you can just kill them, which I try to do. You'll see me selling a bunch of random stuff that are monster drops, but it's definitely not the worst way to make money. I would recommend having a weapon and some health though, in case monsters do spawn, because you wouldn't want to die and waste like 20 minutes of fishing. But you do get treasure chests. As you can see, I got a normal one, and we open them. Don't really get lucky, but you know, I think we're gonna open every one we ever get, just because the chance of making profit is more than the chance of losing money from selling it. So I'm pretty much always going to be opening the treasure chest, and as you guys can see, we do end up getting another normal treasure chest, and this time we get an emerald, but technically that is profit, I believe, so not bad. And we do end up finding the inspector guy while fishing, so we kill him and get his hat, which sells for 100k. Pretty nice little chunk of change. And there is going to be a lot of just selling of fish in these clips, because I wanted to do it for a little bit of time to see if it was like how good it actually was. And I mean, it's decent money. There's faster ways of making money, but this one's kind of more laid back somewhat, at least during the day. But as you guys can see, we do this trip, we got 3 overgrown dividers, which was 150k, and a grand treasure chest, which those are pretty exciting because you don't know what you're gonna get when you open it. That's like my favorite part of fishing, when you get these. But we do open it and we get the Spellbound Mage Hood, which technically is better than my helm, but it gives less armor and 1 walk speed. So I was debating for quite some time on what I should do with it, if I should wear it or sell it, and as soon as I seen that it sold for that much and it gives less armor, I definitely was more inclined to selling it than keeping it, because it's just, it barely gives more magic damage, gives less armor, but gives 1 walk speed. It just didn't really seem worth keeping it, in my opinion. As a new player too, I would have preferred to have the money. So I do end up selling it, as you guys can see. And by this time now, our noble seeds are done, so we get those, pick power for all of them obviously, and sell all the blue beans, and we go back to fishing. After every fishing trip, when I come back, I do check the seeds to see if there's any more noble blue seeds. So if you're fishing, I would recommend doing that also, always checking the seeds, because it's a good way to make money on top of making money. And I do decide to sell the hat that I found from the present earlier, and I was going to sell the rifle, but then I decided that I would keep it just in case. I don't know what I'm doing in the future, but I do end up finding some noble blue seeds. They're a little more expensive than I wanted, so I almost wasn't going to buy them at all, but then I figured I would just buy 4, and pretty much, like, I could have bought more. I'd still make profit overall, but it's just not a lot of profit, especially if you get green beans. But luckily I do find more afterwards, so I buy a lot of them, and I do get pretty lucky with how many noble blue seeds I was finding. I actually had to buy a house to store them because they were in my inventory, then I couldn't do anything. So we do have our first house now, 10 storage slots that will help us out. But I did decide to go back into the Rat Boy's Nightmare and kill some enemies that I haven't killed and pick up some things that I haven't picked up before, just to fill in my Nightmare itempedia, because I wasn't very far into it. But I mean, you do make quite a bit of money of just from killing things in there or picking up a bunch of random stuff. It's definitely not bad. And I did end up getting this changing machine by going through the yellow door and red door. It's not very important, it only sells for 55k, so I figured I wouldn't have that in the video because it would just waste a lot of time showing where the door is and the other door and getting it. There's really no point to doing it unless you're going for all the Rat Boy tokens, because that's pretty much all you would go in there for. And I have a video showing where most of all of those are, so I figured I just wouldn't have that in the video. But as you guys could see, we did go back to fishing. Got a lot of overgrown dividers that time and the time before. So the money is just adding up at this point because we have all these noble blue seeds, which you could see I just finished a farm run of 8. And I randomly found some floor 40 skips. I don't know why I always talk to the Junkman and stuff, but I did find these and I was debating on what I should do because I will need them for the future. So I did end up buying one right there, and then I figured I would buy another one. So I got 2 for the future. Not sure when I'm going to be doing that, but who knows, because I like to try to do things that my character's not strong enough to do. So maybe one day I'll be doing that in an episode, but for now that's pretty much it for this episode. It was definitely just a money-making episode because the road didn't really work out how I thought it would. So I went into grind mode by fishing and always checking the shops for noble blue seeds, which we did find a lot of them. So definitely a lot of money made this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and give it a thumbs up if you did, and please subscribe if you haven't, because we're close to 500 and reaching that would definitely mean a lot to me. And I hope to see you guys in the next episode. See ya.